yeah. Holy, Kirby, you got the best drop in the world.
I feel sorry for Mark.
See, that would kill us.
Between them, 10,300 hours logged in the air. Robert Reichert, Air Force test pilot, 10,000 hours. Mark Miller, wildlife filmmaker, 300 hours. Two men, two very different worlds, one love. It's time to kick the tires, light the fires, and get this puppy in the air. They are the Airdogs. The Arizona desert, flat, the perfect place for a pilot. This is Kirby Chambliss's home and practice field. When he isn't ripping up the Red Bull race circuit. Kirby's invited the Airdogs down for a little Red Bull boot camp to see if they have what it takes to race.
This is a nice setup, eh? Yeah, it is. It's a sweet place.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Kirby.
Hi.
Bobby Reichert.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Mark Miller. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Is this your race plane?
No, actually, this is my show plane, but it's a single place edge. But we'll be using the two place out here, obviously, because you guys aren't cute enough to sit in my lap, so we'll have to use a two place.
The airplane they will fly is the Edge 540, 300 horsepower, built to take 11 plus Gs.
It's a Ferrari of the sky, and you tell it to do something, it will do it. The only thing is you just have to remember, you know, that you hopefully can speak the same language.
Red Bull air racing can only be explained as a mix of stock car racing and aerobatics. Low-level, high-speed stuff.
They've been able to develop these, we call them gates or pylons, that you can actually hit them, and most of the time it won't damage the airplane.
Now, the pylons are normally here, but they're on their way to a race in Australia, so the Airdogs won't get to fly through them. And that's probably not such a bad thing.
What do you do when you race? You know, I mean, you rush, right? Yeah. Well, when you rush, what do? You make mistakes. So, I mean, this whole thing is about rushing.
One harder out.
I had to laugh just a little bit because I just had a training camp and I've had 4 guys that are at the unlimited level. And it took them, 4 days before they were actually flying down through the gates.
Well, it looks like Kirby's got his work cut out for him.
And it's going to be the Quattro gate.
Rooster should do okay. He's flown just about everything and knows how to adapt. Mark, well, he's little more than a weekend warrior.
Here, as fast as I can roll, I usually can go.
This ought to be interesting.
Okay, guys, we'll go out here and we're going to set this track up, and this is going to help you visualize the course. We'll call that end of the runway down there. We're in there. That's your Quattro. We're on the same page there.
So a level flight through the cones to start. $5 worth of cones. We put them down on the ramp, on the runway, and just from the same direction we're going to fly, we started going through the course and trying to build it in our mind and visualize it.
Knife edge, level flight.
His visualization skills are not near as good as yours, are they already? I can already see that.
Just to get an idea of what the airplane can do, we've set up this simulated course, and we'll end up timing it, I guess. I don't even know if I can get through the course. Right? Pull, 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 pull. Wings level, finish.
All right, not too bad. Yeah, with your penalty, I think he did it in 40 seconds, and yours was 3 minutes.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
The penalty was right there, because if you have to go, where am I going now? I guarantee you're going to get a penalty.
Where am I?
Yeah.
I'm in an airplane.
Yeah.
While Rooster suits up and gets ready, the crew is working on a small problem at the back of the plane.
Can you see it in there?
Yeah, it's not grabbing it.
One of the bolts that holds one of our cameras in place has slipped down into the tail.
It's amazing, like the little things, what damage it'll do.
If they can't get it out, it could jam the flight controls and put a bad end to a good day for the Airdogs.
Oh, right there.
With some hard work, they fix it.
Look at that.
Anyways, let's roll. Good thing is we've kind of downgraded it a little. We're going to kind of approach it in what I like, a building block approach.
Have fun, eh?
Okay.
Jump up there and help you slide on down. You gotta come over your right shoulder here.
Okay, this is the Jesus belt. Okay.
Good luck, Rooster. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Probably screw up here, babe.
If we all make all our turns to the right, that way the neighbors off to the left won't get upset.
Yeah, right there.
Okay, you have the airplane, Rooster. You got it.
I got it.
Why don't you head on up to a couple thousand feet, get used to the plane.
The Airdogs are in the Arizona desert with Kirby Chambliss, one of the best aerobatic race pilots on the planet. This is a guy who knows how to live.
We're at Kirby Chambliss's place. He's got basically the dream house. He's got a runway, he's got a ramp, he's got a hangar full of airplanes. Basically, I need to take some pictures of this and show this to my wife.
Now, there isn't much time to enjoy the scenery. There's some hard flying to be done. Low level, high speed.
Look at the G's pulling here.
With just a dash of dangerous aerobatics.
Look how low he is.
Mark and I, although we have experience differences, we're really walking into this thing really at the same point, and how we do at the end game will obviously the backgrounds will play into that, but I'm sure we're both going to be very humbled.
And then roll the wings level. Now,
The Airdogs may have an excellent instructor, but they're still on a very steep learning curve. The Edge 540 is one of the world's fastest, most maneuverable aerobatic planes.
What do you think is going to be the challenge for me? Is it going to be able to sustain those G?
You won't even think about the G. I think you're probably focused more on the flying stuff. Back around, choir.
Now, along with the race course, the boys also need to perform a reverse half Cuban 8, a looping maneuver with a half roll near the end, reversing the direction of flight.
Someone's got to teach me how to do a Cuban.
It's a lot to learn in a short period of time in an airplane neither has ever flown.
Are you visualizing it?
Yeah, it's just like left, right. So we talk through every maneuver we do, and just so I don't have to spend any brain bites in the airplane going 4 miles a minute thinking about what I got to do next. First of all, I want to get in the airplane and fly it and get familiar with it and see what it's capable of doing. Kind of my background, I love getting into these new airplanes, just kind of exploring the handling qualities.
okay. Ready?
Red eye.
Here we go.
Man, oh man, this looks like a jet.
It's nice, isn't it? And then I'm going to be right there, close to the controls. And if he does really well, like I think he will, then maybe I won't have to touch it too much.
Okay, tell you what I'm going to do here, Kirby. I'm just going to roll it out and use your runway as the shoreline and just kind of do some looping maneuvers.
Tough to admit, but Rooster's flying. Well, it's pretty impressive.
Looking good.
Hammerhead to the left.
All right.
His test pilot skills have allowed him to adapt quickly.
Here comes the double roll.
Good job.
And it's clear Kirby's enjoying all this. Flying at 3,000 feet and flying at 35 feet, well, they're two very different things. It's time to start moving closer to the ground and give this course a try.
Okay, here we go. All right.
He's starting to run the gates now. He's moving, eh?
Just keep this altitude, don't get too much lower.
Now he's back into the course again. See, he's got to be careful. If he pulls it too fast, he'll snap roll it. The plane will just turn upside down at that altitude. There's no recovery. See, that's why I'm not going to be that low. There's no way.
Keep your nose up, a little bit more altitude. There you go.
So that's it. He's done.
You ready to land?
Yeah, let's do it.
That was nicely done.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, guys.
How much of that was Rooster?
Almost all of it.
Get out.
Seriously. No, I didn't have to grab it on him at all. He did great.
Couldn't believe how low you were already.
Yeah.
You obviously felt comfortable. You
Oh, yeah,
both
I was
felt
comfortable.
comfortable.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I was comfy. The only thing was the reversals back, and I didn't know that you actually, it made sense that you could cut your
Pitch
distance
up,
by
yeah.
bringing it up
Exactly.
a little bit.
I was really impressed.
That was awesome, Kirby. Thanks a lot for
No, great,
little
great job.
misplaced trust. He's kind of on
done.
on
It did look
instruments
good.
back. Okay, so your turn. I'm gonna have a sandwich.
There you go, perfect. This is the hardest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Don't over control.
Now remember, Rooster's a high-hour, highly proficient test pilot, while Mark is, well, he's a low-hour weekend warrior with only a fraction of Rooster's hours.
And I don't know how he's gonna do.
Intermediate aerobatic.
Elmer's a little concerned.
Square 2 inches.
Elmer, the safety elephant's definitely concerned
Yeah.
with this.
And I'm talking, let's kick the tires and light the fires.
This is not an airplane for the inexperienced or faint of heart.
A lot of horsepowers.
Are your seatbelts tight?
I am good.
You got the airplane. It's all yours.
Okay, I have control.
Roll it around.
All right, that was pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
She's coming on to the left.
Okay.
High above the Arizona desert, Rooster has set the standard. His flight was smooth, precise. Kirby's impressed.
He did a fantastic job.
Mark, well, we're not so sure about.
Depending on how I do, he may not want me to go up in the airplane again with him tomorrow.
I think he's ready. We're gonna find out here pretty quick.
Can't believe I'm doing this.
Can't believe I'm doing this either. Here we go.
She coming up.
That's awesome. I don't think that was Miller flying that.
Why don't we spend 5 minutes just letting me get used to it straight and level?
Okay, you got the airplane. It's all yours.
Okay, I have control. Whoa, turning left. Man, oh man, I can see what he means. It's all in an inch.
If you can actually find the speck in this guy, that's smart.
At 6,000 feet, Kirby and Mark are working on the basics. Mark's feeling pretty confident.
All right, up. There you go.
But now comes the hard stuff.
I'm gonna roll upside down.
All right, go ahead.
Just get myself level here.
And within 10 seconds, Mark is in very serious trouble. Upside down and out of control.
Oh, I'm lost here.
Kirby's quick to regain control, bail Mark out of a very dangerous situation.
That's the one thing you don't want to pull.
What did I do wrong?
What you did is you rolled and then the nose came down. You didn't give it forward stick. You pulled back.
Right, of course.
So you split S.
Basically, Mark has entered a loop at the top instead of the bottom. And within a few seconds, his airspeed and G's were building up to dangerous levels.
Now you're going downhill, building up speed, and by the time you hit the bottom of the loop, you're going so fast, the wings just can't handle it. The airplane folds up. It was a pretty stupid move.
A lesser airplane and the wings would have snapped right off.
Well, basically what happened was, as soon as that nose dropped, naturally I pulled back on the stick, thinking that was the right correction. Well, I was upside down. That just made it worse. Unfortunately, Kirby jumped in right away and saved the day. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
There's his Cuban. Let's see how this works out for him.
Mark's inexperience is only reinforced when they try the reverse half Cuban a half dozen times.
Look where your wings are. You're doing it, but you've gone way off heading. Let's try it again. You got to push forward on the stick and stop it.
I'm learning.
You're doing good.
Probably this will be the last iteration of about 10.
Check for make sure your wings are level. They're level. Right aileron is what it would have taken there.
All this is taking a toll on Mark.
Nose up.
Roll. Good. Now you can't pull. And
okay,
you can't let that nose come back down.
Okay.
I can't see him.
Back on the ground, Rooster has no way to actually gauge what's going on in the cockpit, or even to know who's at the controls.
His eyes will be darting back and forth probably faster than they've ever darted back and forth before.
Go through this gate here.
Kirby decides it's time to give Mark a good look at the course from low level.
We're gonna
try and get on around.
There might be a little scrambling for that six-sack on the side there.
We're gonna pick up our speed. Okay, now, here we go. All right, we're going through the first gate now. All right, so we're gonna go.
With Kirby at the controls, the G's are absolutely punishing.
All right, we're gonna go for the first one.
Miller's like being shaken, not stirred.
I want you to take a stab at it.
You know what, Kirby? I know what my pay grade is, and I know this is beyond it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually graying out in those turns.
Are you? Okay.
Oh, yeah, so I say we put it on the ground.
It's not what our Mark expected. His weekend adventure is turning into a confidence-shattering nightmare.
And I think that was pretty much all he could take. I mean, he was taking in some gray and stuff.
Issue number one to deal with, that split ass at the beginning of the flight. The kind of thing that has killed dozens of pilots.
Deep down inside, I've always dreamed, wouldn't it be great to be an airshow pilot and buy an airplane and, you know, do aerobatics. And anyway, I now know that it's not going to happen for me.
Well, I don't want to knock a guy, but based on his experience and what he has, I mean, yeah, I mean, his grade, let's say, he wouldn't have a passing grade right now for sure.
As the day comes to an end, there's a lot to think about. Mark and Rooster came to fly the Red Bull course, but after a rough lesson, Mark isn't even sure he wants to fly ever again. It's a new day and a new start for the Airdogs.
Goes up, beautiful, nicely done. Rooster definitely an A++.
My day was really good.
Yesterday, Rooster impressed, but Mark,
See, that would kill us.
well, let's just say it wasn't the best day.
I would want to make you aware of the fact that if you did that in an airplane that's not as capable as this, is that it could be really bad.
The Edge 540 beat him up pretty good and left in question his future as an aviator.
Like in terms of airmanship, it was terrible.
The Airdogs had scheduled 2 test flights for the weekend, and while Mark may take a pass at his second run, Rooster's chomping at the bit.
I'm gonna have some fun.
He can't wait to get back out on the Red Bull course.
And in my turns, I'm gonna try to minimize the distance, increase the time, and not waste any energy.
He wants a lower time and higher G's.
So he's in the course. There goes the chicanes.
Okay, here we go.
That's how you want to run that chicane, too, staying in nice and tight.
Okay, pulling now.
Let's go. Good job. Nice G loading.
142.71.
Rooster easily shaves 20 seconds off his time from yesterday. As a test pilot with loads of experience in high-performance military jets, Rooster's background has paid off. The question now, does he stand a chance as a real Red Bull racer?
Oh, I think right away. Really got to find him an airplane, though.
Just one small problem.
Yeah.
$500,000.
No.
That was fun.
A couple of times on my head go bang, bang. It was fast.
Fun.
With Rooster's flight done, it's decision time for Mark. And Rooster? Well, he's not going to let his fellow Airdog off the hook, at least not without a good talking to.
The Jeep beat me up pretty good. I slept well, but it just wasn't really a lot of fun.
You don't want to blow your confidence, right?
Rooster's worried if Mark doesn't get back into the plane now, he might be pretty much done as an aviator.
Maybe you're right.
We're going to teach you how to put that lift vector straight up no matter if you're upside down, and Kirby's a perfect guy to do that.
With a little convincing, Mark reluctantly climbs back into the flight deck.
Get it coming down. You ready?
I'm ready.
Within a few minutes, Mark's back in the air. Kirby has him roll upside down, right back where they got into trouble in the first place.
I feel sorry for Mark, man. We kind of beat him up a little bit. You know, we put him in these airplanes and we're just like, do it.
There you go. That's perfect. All right, roll back the other way.
Kirby's laid-back style and clear instruction is exactly what Mark needs.
This isn't rocket surgery. Basically, there's one thing I've learned: when you're upside down, everything is a little bit backwards. Want to raise the nose? Push the stick forward. Want to pull the nose down from the sky? Pull back on the stick. Everything's just a bit backwards, and I'll tell you, that is the last split S I ever do.
After this, he'll be number one, a safer pilot, and he won't be scared anymore.
Pull harder, pull. Start looking for the horizon. There you go, this is perfect. Your wings are nice and level. All right, stop it there. All right, roll it right side up. Hey, pull up the nose, now level it off. That's called a half reverse Cuban H. You're ready. Let's go, you got the airplane. I want you to go over there. We're gonna stay at about 1,000 feet. I want you to run the course, okay?
Okay.
In the course, Mark pushes the G and hangs on. It's a huge improvement.
Great, good job.
As they come down the final stretch of the course, Kirby has one last surprise, one last confidence builder for Mark.
And we're gonna do the half Cuban. I want you to do it. You can do it. Pull on it now. Pull. Keep pulling it on around. All right, stop it. Roll out. Perfect. And there's your course back off to your left. Go to your gate. You did it. You did the course. Congratulations. Really good. Sweet.
So the Miller man has defeated his demons.
Kirby, that was a privilege. Thank you very much.
Oh, you did wonderful.
On the ground, Mark couldn't be happier. It's a world away from yesterday.
Hey, you flew the course. A little higher, but you know.
I need some 4,000-foot pylons.
I was actually pretty happy. It was a confidence builder.
I'm happy you went up again?
I'm not, yeah, I am. Yeah, it was the right call, Rooster. I am not quitting flying.
So the Airdogs survive again.
My gyro's still resetting.
It's an adventure and lesson they won't soon forget.
I did it.
Yeah, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Enter another mission in the old Airdogs logbook.